Titan Canyon is the new event that went into the game for the last 2 weeks, and we will review how it works and how to understand that event to have the most fun about it. So this event, if you're an old player, looks a lot like War of Odinium. Whoa. It's basically now a 4 alliances/server event for that last 65 minutes. I say 65 because you have the 5 first minutes to prepare, scout other people, etc. And then it's really 60 minutes of fights and conquering buildings to gain some points. And you can also get points by with other tasks such as gathering, also taking over some buildings owned by another alliance, and mostly being inside and owning buildings on the map. As you can see on the map, there are 4 corners, and each alliance starts in one of those corners. From that starting area, you can't be attacked. Your base can't be attacked. But if you teleport near one of the buildings, anyone can attack your base. The map is a bit weird because it's faster to go from top to bottom or bottom to top than left to right or right to left. The distance is shorter between the bottom and the top. It doesn't matter that much, but if you want to focus quickly on one buildings from another alliance, you know that it would be quicker to go from a bottom top than a left right. There are 4 buildings next to your starting area. Those will give you points for yourself, but also for your alliance. They are interesting because they are open at the beginning of the event, when the buildings in the center of the map opens after 10 to 15 minutes. So the one in the middle, especially the one on the top and the bottom, will reduce the time you need for capturing a building. If you played SVS or WoW, you know that there's a 2 minutes cooldown to capture a building. With those 2 buildings, you can reduce the time by 30%. The buildings on the left and on the right will reduce the cooldown of your teleports by 30%. That's quite a big difference with War of Odinium, is that you get 1 teleport every 5 minutes. With those buildings, you can reduce that time by 30% for each building, which makes them the most interesting to me, as you can travel on the map faster and get points as well faster as stopping your opponents from getting points. The only building in the center of the area is the same as the Ark building that you might have played in Eternal End. So it's a building where you can send some units and they will fight automatically with other players in that building. It doesn't give any buff or anything, just some points to yourself and your alliance over time that you win those fights. But you have to keep in mind that the march you send in that building will stay there and you won't be able to interact with it or to use it for anything else. There's also another feature, which is the Crystal Cluster Labs. They will appear in the middle of the map after 10 or 15 minutes, and it's basically a gathering site. You get 3 things from them. You can get gems, about 1 gem per minute. You get some points, so gathering points for yourself and your alliance. And finally, you will increase the speed of getting the skills during the event. For the skills, I'm not quite sure, I need to check that, but I think Combat Elite can only get marching speed up, and the Mechanical Masters can get marching speed ups. They can get also mucus, missiles, and the last one to stop someone from teleporting. So basically all the traps that a mechanical can build. In terms of fight mechanics, there are a few things quite interesting in this new event. The first one is that you can now build towers inside the building area. You don't need to own the building for being able to build, so quite a nice thing. In War of Odinium we had to first own the building, then it was possible to create towers. And the second one is that you can teleport inside the building area without owning the building itself. So it's quite a good thing if you want to jump, either attack a base or maybe destroy some towers or attack the building itself. You just have to remember that your towers are more vulnerable with this because anyone can jump and get them. There's also a new mechanism in the event, which is the Ubunti system. The Ubunti system is just another source of points, and you can get them through two different ways. The first one is to gather some small purple crystal on the map. They're mostly around the different building areas, and they start at 1 point, and that amount of points increase over time. So after maybe 10 minutes it will jump up to maybe 50 or 60 points. The second way is to let another alliance own a building for quite some time, and the same as the crystal, the bounty score for taking that building from another alliance will give you a high amount of bounty score, bounty points. About the cost to play the event, it goes from 0 to how much you want. Basically, to repair a full base goes from 400 to 600. It depends if you have high level units like 82, 83, and if you have Alanas. You can still help your alliance if you're running out of units by taking empty buildings, by gathering, by also scooting and helping that way. But if you want to pay some gems, you can also. The rewards are quite good, and even though you finish almost last, you still get 300 gems plus the rest, and the rest is pretty good as you can get some formation stuff and all the rest.